Namaste and welcome to Youth and Development produced by today's Youth Asia. In the TV show Youth and Development, we bring young leaders face to face with the key players of development work. My name is Pankaj and today we have with us Dr. Donald M Gragg. Dr. Donald completed his MD degree from McGill University in Montreal, Canada. He also holds a PhD degree in higher education from Michigan State University. He has a 23 years long naval career in which he also designed the medical education with U.S Navy and the Department of Defense based in Bethesda, Maryland.
At the San Diego World Affairs Council. So among them, what has been the most memorable part?
Well, there have been many memorable parts in each of those and in other areas. Probably the most remarkable and memorable is when I would succeed in helping an addicted person get off of alcohol and drugs and see their life change. Seeing patients get well and seeing people change their lives is the most memorable and rewarding part of my career.
Why did you decide to get involved in the field of education and also get a PhD in higher education?
Well, my family, going back several generations, have been interested in education and had many teachers. My mother was a teacher. An education or being a teacher was my second choice for a career, but I ended up in medicine. I was interested in learning educational techniques to improve the efficiency of training doctors to become specialists. And I convinced the Navy to send me to graduate school and ended up getting a PhD in higher education, which was really in medical education.
What are the pointers that made you successful with the community groups?
One of the major requirements of volunteers, and this was all volunteer work, is being willing to work and being able to stick with the job until it's done. In my roles, which were frequently in a leadership position, the important thing was to listen, not to judge, at least not to judge quickly, and to help people do their jobs rather than just sit there and say, do it, to provide help and support.
You have traveled so many places. Which has been the favorite place among all?
That's hard to say. Nepal is one of my favorites, but if I had to pick one of the travels that I've done that was the most impressive to me was the hike into K2 base camp in Pakistan. The K2 is such a magnificent mountain. It sort of stands alone so you can see it better than you can Everest, which tends to hide itself, much of it. But I would have to say that. There are a number of second choices. They're traveling different places, and getting to Antarctica was also a remarkable experience.
Many times, the hardest part for the alcohol and the drug addicts is when they do not get accepted by the community, even when they have recovered. So how do you think can this ideology be changed?
It's very difficult. I don't know how you would approach it in Nepal other than with perseverance. Stick with it, keep trying, and having people who are recognized and accepted reveal the fact that they are recovering. In my country, somewhat surprisingly, I think the military and the airlines have been leaders in recognizing addiction as a disease that one can recover and can continue a useful career. And I think that they've modeled for the rest of society. I would hope that Nepal can find a way also to increase the public awareness that there is recovery, and recovered individuals can be extremely productive people.
You have had first-hand experience during the building of Berlin Wall and Cuban Missile Crisis. Could you share your experience with us?
Well, those are very scary times. You were all lucky that you weren't alive for that part of the world's history. It was frightening, particularly being on a submarine with nuclear weapons, more destructive power than ever been set off in all wars, and then we would get messages to go to battle stations, and one would hope and pray that it was practice, not the real thing. Fortunately, it was always practice.
Could you tell us how we can become a good leader as well as a good negotiator?
Listen, don't judge, accept people as they are, what they are, and then try to help find a common ground. As a mediator or negotiator, you can't solve the problem. Your job is to help put out the fires, calm the waters, if you like, keep things quiet to where people can work together without fighting together against each other.
Which has been the best experience and the best thing in your life?
The best thing in my life was getting married, picking my wife. I chose wisely. We've been married for 54 years, have 3 children, 8 grandchildren, all doing very well, and they are the pride of my life.
So do you have any further plans from your part about the drug addiction?
I'm going down to the TYA on Monday, and I'm going to be working with volunteers there and help them understand how they can go about helping addicts into recovery. It's a difficult job, but it's worth it.
So you are a very busy person. How do you manage your professional and personal life?
Well, I have been retired for 20 years, and I haven't been as busy the last 20 years as I was before. It's a matter of priorities. You decide what you're going to do and what you can't do, and try not to take on more than you can achieve. In the last 2 years, I said I was going to retire from retirement because I was too busy going to meetings and doing things. In the last couple of years, I've limited things better, and I have some free time to just lie back and read. And I enjoy that too. But I enjoy traveling still, and I'm very happy to be here.
You mentioned you have come to Nepal before. So which place in Nepal is your favorite?
Which part of Nepal is my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh my. The mountains. I love mountains. And I won't discriminate among them. I love them all.
Today's Youth Asia has been leading in exploring and implementing innovative ideas to raise the voice and concerns of youth and responsible leaders.
Well, hard work is required, but beside that, what would be other essential factors? Well, I'm entering the hospitality industry, so I would like to have some suggestions as to how we can expand these ideas to other places as well.
What do you think are the major pitfalls in our tourism sector?
In 2008, TYA established 3 prestigious awards: Young Achievers Awards, Excellence Achievers Awards, and Everest Summit Awards, to honor leaders, change makers, visionaries, and dignified achievers from around the world. Young Achievers Awards aims to honor young national and global leaders, change makers, and achievers who have dared to dream and have made noticeable contributions to societies at an early age. The award also aims at encouraging many more young people who demonstrate the potential to become an influential leader and role model in the future, to take further innovative and constructive initiatives to better shape our present and the future. The award is offered to 4 young achievers under the age of 40 every month, thus acknowledging the works of 52 young leaders every year.
Naveen Ratna Bajracharya, a celebrated photojournalist at Himal Media, is receiving Young Achievers Award by His Excellency. Luna Shrestha Thakur, Country Director of Change Fusion Nepal, is receiving Young Achievers Award from Honorable Chief Guest.
Excellence Achievers Awards aims to honor the eminent national and global leaders, change makers, and dignified achievers from diverse fields who have offered noteworthy contributions to their societies, nations, and to the world. In addition to the recognition of their outstanding achievements, the award is also a gesture of respect and gratitude from the younger generation to our predecessor generation for their good works. The award is offered to 4 achievers of the age 40 and above every month, thus honoring the contributions of 52 leaders every year.
His Excellency is awarding Excellence Achievers Awards to Mrs. Shanti Chadra, Director of Nepal Women's Skill Development.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean. Just a great honor, and I really wasn't expecting it. Thank you very much.
The next Excellence Achievers Award goes to Mrs. Indira Mandar, President of Religion and Peace Academy, Nepal.
EVEREST Summit Award is the most prestigious award conferred from Nepal to recognize global figures and organizations who have successfully and significantly contributed to the world at large in one of the 4 distinctive areas: humanitarian works, works in peace, justice and democracy, political leadership, and economic leadership. The award is offered to 2 individuals or organizations every year.
You have played many roles in your life. Navy officer, a community group leader. Which amongst these has been your favorite role?
Well, it's hard to discriminate. I've enjoyed them all. There's nothing more rewarding than seeing somebody get well or get better and feel that you have participated in that, whether it be treating somebody with pneumonia or helping somebody with an addiction. Seeing others getting better and doing better is very rewarding.
In your 23 years of naval career, you also spent a part of your time in the medical education design within U.S. Navy. So could you tell us about that?
Well, the last 4 years of my Navy career were spent at the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences, the Department of Defense Medical School. And my main job was to develop the curriculum and develop an evaluation program to see how the school was doing. My main job in that was a mediator or negotiator between the departments for how much time they could get with the students to teach. But it was a fun time and a very rewarding time.
What made you take up your present career, and if you weren't happy with what you are today, what career would have taken up?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm not sure which career I have. My current career is retirement and travel, and I enjoy that very much. I guess my main career in the last 20 years, other than that, has been volunteering, anywhere from patrolling parks on a mountain bike to being president of the World Affairs Council and entertaining ambassadors, to lecturing on a variety of topics. It's all been fun.
So, do you have any person who is inspiration for you?
I have a number of people who are inspiration. Probably, if you have to name somebody right now, it would be Marty. He was a colleague, a distinguished physician that I admired greatly, who stood up in front of a group of probably the 100 most senior doctors in the U.S. Navy and said, "Hi, my name's Marty, I'm an alcoholic," and proceeded to describe his problem with alcohol and his recovery from alcohol, and shamed me into having to do the same thing.
How hard it was to become a mediator?
Well, I have never been officially christened or labeled a mediator. That's a role of adult life. If you're an adult, you end up being a mediator. If you listen to other people, you suddenly find that there are people arguing, and I always had some kind of inspiration to help them settle their argument. I guess that's what a mediator does.
What changes do you like to see in Nepal and coming years?
I would love to see you have a constitution. And I would love to see everybody getting along with each other, respecting each other, and I would hope that many people would come to visit you, that your way of life could improve because of no conflicts and visitors, and taking advantage of all the beautiful characteristics of your lovely country.
Many youth these days have been abused to drugs and all. So what message do you like to share with them? What message you want to give them?
I never specialized in treating young people. It's very difficult. Once they become hooked, it's very hard. I would say frequently, and not entirely humorously, that the main goal is keep them alive until they're 25, and then you can start working with them. But my advice to youth is think twice before you decide to do it, and I hope you would decide not to. What I've told my children, and I hope they've told their children, is, and with regard to alcohol, is that if you choose to drink and you enjoy it, watch out. If you enjoy alcohol or drugs, they are dangerous and you should leave them alone. And if you don't enjoy them, why bother?
Do you have any words of advice for those who wish to follow the same career path as yours?
Think twice to make sure that you really want to do it. My younger son looked at me and said, "Do you always have to go to school?" Because when I was going back to, it's a long, arduous trip. So make sure you really want to do it. Make sure you really have the skills to do it. But if you want to do it and are capable of doing it, go to it. Just don't give up.
What are the challenges to mitigate the problems of alcohol and drug use?
One of the major challenges is avoiding the situations where it's available and expected to use. During the early part of recovery, most people just can't afford to be near their alcohol or their drug of choice, or situations where using the alcohol or drugs was natural in that setting, be it a party, be it whatever the situation is. Avoid the settings where it happens.
Since we are the future leaders in hospitality industry, what do you think on improving the hospitality in the context of Nepal?
Steps for improving the hospitality in Nepal? I've found Nepal very hospitable and enjoyed it. I can't really speak to what to do to improve it other than get more people experienced and comfortable in working in hospitality, and I hope you get lots of business, lots of tourists to come and enjoy your country.
What is the motto in your life?
Well, I hadn't really thought of having a motto. What comes to mind as a slogan that I've heard of live and let live. That is, take care of yourself and not to interfere with others within reason, within bounds.
Thank you very much, Dr. Donald M. Gragg, for being with us today and sharing with us your insightful thoughts and ideas. Thank you for being with us. We look forward to your feedbacks. Our email address is utya@gmail.com. We'll be back next week at the same time. Have a nice week. Namaste.